This is Emmy-nominated rapper, actor, slash the greatest of all times. Ha! T.O.N.E. and you checking out Dispatch Radio.
All right, folks, we have a great guest. I'm so happy to have him back on the show with us. And, you know him from so many things and maybe not even realize his name. He's back as Harry Bosch. Season 2 just dropped on Amazon a week or so ago. And you definitely need to be plugged into that show. It's just a fantastic show, and he definitely has found his mark. Titus Welliver is with us. Titus, how are you, my friend?
Excellent, excellent. Good to be here. Good morning.
We were finally rewatching Grimm with my youngest, and I was in the kitchen, of course, probably getting a piece of pie or cheesecake like I normally do, and she says, "Dad, that guy you like is on." And I said, "What?" I go, "Well, that's Titus." I said, "Yeah, you guys know Titus. He was on Lost." They're like, "Oh yeah, the Man in Black." And my son's like, "Yeah, he was in Transformers." "No, he was on Last Ship." I'm like, "He's been all of those things. What's wrong with you guys?" And so, how long until you actually just become Harry Bosch? People stopping you in the grocery store, going, "Don't I know you?" Or you? What's the latest on that, Titus?
Well, it's been on the fast track only because the billboards and Amazon has done an amazing job of advertising the show and getting it out there. But there are giant billboards of my face plastered on buses and subways and billboards sort of across the country. So, and a lot of stuff in the airport. So, of course, that makes for some interesting, stepping into the radar machine as the guy is, scrutinized, and then the guy will ultimately realize, oh, right, that you're on that billboard that's, at the front of LAX if you enter.
Yep.
Of course, they think I'm on a watch list, and but no, the people, there's such incredible goodwill towards the show. People really enjoy it and come up and tell me how much they're enjoying the show in the first season, and it's really quite lovely, I have to say.
Michael Connelly's character is just so rich. There's just so much good material to pull from, and as you kind of see season 1 wrap up, go into season 2, and not have that in the books, how much has changed for you? How much have you grown into Harry? How much do you see him differently?
Well, Harry is, I think anytime there's, a character that is so multifaceted and nuanced and interesting, it's easy to kind of fall for that character, and you become sort of inextricably linked to that character. And I like Harry, and I really enjoy playing him. I think we share certain things, and neither of us suffer fools, and we're both the sort of, Luddites when it comes to any kind of technology, and we also love our children, deeply, and love jazz. But there's just there is that thing about Harry, because he's vulnerable, because he's kind of a haunted character and kind of a broken guy internally, emotionally, who's emerging through his relationship with his daughter, and his work is the one thing that sort of allows him to kind of to live and feel productive, and so he does it so well. The periods when I'm not shooting, I miss the character, and then I said that to my son, and my son kind of laughed and went, "Dad, you are kind of Harry Bosch."
Well, that and the billboards. Your wife's, of course, reminding you could be on a watch list. Just don't mix up the two. Just be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Don't let it blur.
How do the different directors? Obviously, you have Kevin Downey's come over. He's done a lot of work at FX with the Americans and stuff like that. Ernest Dickerson with The Walking Dead, and Alex, of course. And how, do they approach it differently? How do they advise you differently on how to approach Harry, or different scene, different elements?
Well, the thing is that you create kind of or it probably just sort of happens through osmosis. There's a shorthand in the communication, and so there's sometimes it's a gesture, sometimes it's really nothing. Sometimes we just try it differently, but for the most part, after you've established those relationships, and obviously I now really know that character, and that's my one, it's the one card I can throw down on the table when they start to torment me, is I say, I know this guy better than you do. And of course, that never happens, but because we've been kind of doing it from the ground up together. I mean, certainly Dowling.
Sure.
He came in and reconfigured the pilot episode so that it made sense, because there was some recasting and just some story stuff that needed to be tweaked. So, between Kevin Dowling and Dickerson and Alex, they're all different, but we all sort of ultimately find our race to the finish line in the same fashion. And we're a tight group. It's an outstanding crew, outstanding cast. So it's despite the long hours that we work, there's a tremendous amount of respect and affection. And so it's really, I hate to jinx it, but it's really a perfect workplace. I could not ask for a better workplace, and just the people that I really love working with.
We're talking with Titus Welliver about Bosch. It is in its second season. It just dropped on Amazon Prime, and it is a must-see. You've got to see it, especially if you love cop shows. You've got to be plugged in to this show that adapts Michael Connelly's great series of novels. And I get a chance to have Titus over in my living room tonight, because if you didn't know, folks, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back tonight, and Agent Blake does make an appearance. So he may not realize that I'm this much of a geek for him. It's really sad, isn't it? But yeah, tonight you're back on S.H.I.E.L.D., bro. I was a little worried about you for a while there. The Deathlock and the hospital scene. Next thing you know, you disappeared again. And in the Marvel universe, you could be sucked up for years, and next thing you know, you're back. So it's just you could always come back. You could always come back.
I know that all too well. I'm literally right now in the process of sort of rereading and reorienting myself with the Marvel universe, which I am very, very stuck and lost in. And it's amazing to me how many characters come back. I go, wait a minute. How do you have multiple Spider-Mans from different planets? Wait a minute. So I'm kind of, I'm relearning
one of your kids. One of your kids will fill you in. That's what I have to do from time to time. And in addition to my comic book geekdom, they'll like, "Oh, Dad, you missed a couple issues. You got to go read this or whatever." And I'm like, "All right, whatever. I need footnotes. I need footnotes to follow this stuff."
Yeah, I'm a 60s and 70s Marvel guy, so a lot has changed, and not just the costumes in that time, but it's kind of wonderful to go and rediscover, of course, the stuff that I've always loved, but now to find all these new characters and different universes, and man, that Thanos is really he's a problem. That guy.
It's gonna be good stuff.
He seems to be in everybody's comic book.
Everybody's coming to take him down. And folks, you don't want to miss Bosch. It is a great show. It's a great series. And Titus, you get taking a little bit of break that in between season 2. We don't have word on season 3 yet, I assume, but that's going to be coming, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Their reviews are great. Hopefully the numbers are good for them. They've done great work, great quality again. So hopefully we're going to see season 3 be announced. But you taking a little breather, hit Florida or something, take a little vacation.
Yeah, going to take a little. Just came back from Europe, doing publicity for Bosch over there, and it was extremely well received in the UK.
Great, we get your posters everywhere over there. You'll be wanted over there too. Great. See how it's going to go.
Yeah. And I did Live by Night. I did a small role in Ben Affleck's new film, which is coming out at some point with Chris Messina and Sienna Miller and Ben and Brendan Gleeson. I mean, it's like when Ben makes a movie, it's a throwback to the Irwin Allen films. I mean, every good actor shows up in his films. And there, of course, is not an ocean liner being flipped over, but there's still wonderful films and cast of thousands.
That's great stuff. Well, I know we're on a rush schedule. It's great to get a chance to talk with you again. I could do an actor studio with this guy, folks, Titus Welliver. We will definitely link to some of his social media stuff. You can keep up with what's going on him. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tonight at 8 o'clock if you're catching us live, and if you're catching us online, you missed it. You need to go to your on-demand. You need to catch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and, of course, you need to be a part of Amazon Prime to catch Bosch now in its second season. Great stuff. You can catch all the episodes. There's just 20. You can binge over a weekend. I think I knocked out about 13 over like a 4-day week, so we had a good time. And Titus, I wish you well, my friend. God bless you and your family. Safe travels until we can talk again.
Same to you. Thank you so much, and have a great day.